that.
Just chat shit.
You know you're good at the induction. I like how you did it before. You'll know, Danza. Right, so all you have to do is just click that fucking finger. But when we sit down then, Dan, you can kind of, it saves us standing up and coming across in it.
No, it's already on. Oh, the shock on your face.
I was dying for a piss before and I couldn't move.
I went halfway.
You could hear the music in the background.
I saw Rhys, so I'm like...
It's actually on, but this is where it picks up
You're
from.
the bit man, you're in the middle, lad. Hot seat.
It's actually on, but you can just edit it in 1 second on the phone.
I'll do it anyway.
But stuff like this, you can also pick up funny parts where you can throw in at the start and end the videos.
Oh yeah, you can edit.
I'm crap at stuff like that, so
So I always record before and after, because you can use them little clips then, because they might be, like you two might bust a joke there and you can just use it as a little...
Can you do outtakes like that?
When you get
Can you do all that?
When you get larger stuff, you've then got an
Do
intro.
you do all that?
Yeah. But yeah, I've got to shoot. Nice to meet you.
Right,
Come on, Dan. I'll see you tomorrow probably. Just click record whenever you're ready.
Ready?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Right, welcome to RMI Club. We've got Rhys Cook on tonight from BWFC Girls. He's doing reserves and under 16s, and he's going to tell us a lot about that. And we're going to have a chat just about any stories, anything like that. We played against Rhys a few times and known him for quite a while. So also joining us, I'm Dale. This is Alex. Right, this is Inside the Sidelines. Right, Rhys. First one, I'll ask you. I'll keep it nice and simple. Where did it all begin?
Right, okay, no. So, a bit random actually, how I started coaching. So, 2016, I was playing snooker with my mate, and he was a coach for his lads under 11s team, and it was just one of them where I'd said to him, look, if you need a lift, give us a shout and I'll come down and help you out. And at the time, he did say, he said, look, to be fair, we've got a couple of coaches, we're all right for now. So I thought note of it really, and then 4 weeks later, I get a call. One of the lads, he don't want to play anymore, so his dad's not going to coach, and will you come down and help us out? So it sort of started there really.
Where was that at?
So I was at Our Lady of Lords Lions, they were called, under 11s at Farmouth, yeah.
I used to be down there.
Yeah.
With the kids teams, yeah. Back when I was younger, yeah, when I was like 15,
You were
16.
down there, yeah.
Martin O'Gorman used to be kind of the chairman though, didn't he?
Yeah, name rings a bell. Yeah.
It was just like a normal grassroots team, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And you
that's it.
played behind the chip on Plodder Lane.
Yeah, well, yeah, they played at Harper Green.
Harper Green School,
Yeah,
yeah.
played on there. So it was, so literally just got into it from there really. Under 11s lads team, and I mean I loved it straight away.
Yeah.
You know, like, you do, don't you? Thing is with football and with coaching, you know, when you're first getting into it, I felt like not pressure, but I knew what I was talking about when it comes to football. But these lads didn't really believe me until something happens, and actually, and you then get a bit of credibility with them, and then you go from there. But I loved it, absolutely class. That was my first few weeks being there. They'd already played 2 or 3 games by the time I'd got in there, and we were losing. They were in Division 6 of the Bolton and Bury lads.
Yeah.
There was only 6 divisions, so literally the lowest division. They'd lost the first 3 or 4 games, and as I got in there, but they weren't getting battered or anything. It was always like 2-1, 3-1. They were in the game right up until the last 10-15 minutes, and then they'd fall apart. And I said to Mick, who got me in the club, I said, Mick, these lads are unfit. I think we just need to sharpen them up a little bit. And for two or 3 weeks after that, we didn't have any ball work. It was just all pure.
You're running lines.
Running.
Stuff,
Yeah, and mate, they hated me. They hated me for 2 or 3 weeks. And there's a little story about because by then Christmas had come and we played 9. There were only 10 teams in the league. Played 9, lost 9, bottom at league. And the next game, you know what it's like when it comes to winter. You don't play from November to February. It's all pitches are knackered, aren't they? And our next game was Daisy Hill. Now Daisy Hill had played 9, won 1, lost 8. So we're the only team with
second bottom.
Yeah, second bottom was us. So I'd been winding lads up like, come on, we'll get these lads, we'll get a little bit fitter and away we go. So over Christmas and New Year and into the New Year, we trained really hard. We didn't do massive ball work, but we got them fit. And on the day of the game, we played Daisy Hill in away, and I'm thinking, I'm really winding them up. And this is what it's all about, like proper grassroots. You want to get stuck in, and we're going to box them in at every opportunity and all that sort of stuff. And I did a team talk before the game, like Churchillian team talk. You know what I mean? I've wound these lads up to the brink. They're going to go out to war. And as we're warming up after that, one of the lads comes up to me, Chris Keegan, who's called, like, class clown, absolute class clown. And he said to me, and I'm getting fired up for the game as well. And he said to me, like, if an adult, like, this is halfway through
your team talk.
Halfway through, like, the warm up, after I've done this team talk, I sent them all out to get warmed up. He said, like, if a bloke gets taken, like, is it adult napped, not kidnapped? What's he on about? I think, Chris, go warm up. So I says to Nick, Nick, I don't think we should start, Chris. I don't think he's switched on to the can't believe some of the stuff going through his head. Like, I've just done this, like, any given Sunday team talk and really fired him up, and then he's on about something absolutely random, But that's grassroots football, kids football.
I've done it, and you're talking, and you don't go to sleep night before, and then I'd like Amy's team at like underage where I was in, and then I'm trying to give a team plan. I'm sure 1, 2, 3, 4, sure 12, 5 of them seeing who can do the best handstand.
Brilliant.
And you're doing a team talk like you're playing like second in league. We'd not won a game, and then Kevin's laughing the red off. She goes and joins them, and I'm just like scratching my head, going, "Why have I turned up here?" And then you realise that that's what it's
all about, and that's what's the fun. That's what shows the fun in that level.
That's it. I mean, that was 9 years ago, and I'm still talking about it. Do you know what I mean? It just shows, doesn't it? It does. Absolutely.
It's a good story to tell people in general, isn't it? Because people won't see always that side, because some kids are not like that anymore. But when it comes up, when you can kind of tell them stories, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we've got one here where someone playing rock, paper, scissors," and you're trying to tell them like you're playing up front, and they don't even know what's going on.
The main thing, how did you get on in that game?
We won
Go on!
First win. That was the first win to our 10th game of the season. So
how did Chris do?
I can't remember, to be fair. He definitely scored. Put him right back, Chris. He never got past the halfway line, bless him. But yeah, we won the game. The next 9 games, actually, for the second half of the season, we won 6, drew 1, lost 2.
Wow, that's
so
good.
Real turnaround. And all with just a bit more fitness. That's all it was. Even at under 11s, because at the end of the day, these kids nowadays, this is what they do. Of
course,
to get them out and get them fit and get them doing that, it was superb. But I loved it, absolutely loved it. My first season.
So did you stay with them? Like did you go and stay the next season?
So we stayed with them. So the next season we went unbeaten actually in that league. We won the league. We won it on last day. The team that also were unbeaten up until the last day was. Who was it? I nearly said Barriel. It wasn't Barriel. It was.
Barriel, another good
It's a
team.
tough place to go.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, had some bad on them.
Especially when they play.
Yeah, it was. It was a team in Farmouth. Another team in Farmouth. Can't remember the name of them, but we drew with them early on next season. We drew twice. They drew 1, lost 1.
Take a tack about and people like that, wouldn't they?
Ringlet, were they?
Ringlet.
Because you said all to tickets that I thought Ringlet.
I would say around that age group.
Yeah, it was Ringlet.
So
we beat them on last day, 6-3 to win the league. Bless them. And yeah, brilliant. And then the year after that, then we won the league. I come second. We got promoted again. But by the time they were 14, they were in Section C, which was brilliant. So all the same lads.
Took them up.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, me and Nick did a real good job with them. To be fair, they were a good set of kids, and they were committed. That's the thing. They were committed week in, week out. They were there training. You don't have to be the best technically.
No.
It's all about that. They're good mates as well, so that's.
It just makes it better, doesn't it? Because you want to play because their friends are playing.
And
when you got players who in there just because they've been pushed to go and play for that level, for example, but the mates say no, they don't enjoy it as much because they know they can have a bit of a laugh in training. Because their mates are in that little circle. It's if you take away that circle and go and put them in this. So they don't develop some players like that, do they? So it's good to be with your mates because it happens a lot now.
Did you play with mates and stuff and you say it's word of mouth, or my mate from school who plays at school said, "No, I know him, you get them in.
Yeah.
You've got that click. It's when you have like, you do a team and you've got X, Y, and Z coming into it. They've not got that togetherness, and you're like,
No.
our team outings used to be ace. They used to look forward, not the game, what we're doing afterwards. We're going to Mackie, we're in Poland, like, and that's what gets.
It's all about playing with your mates at that age
That's
and
it,
enjoying football.
They've got it.
Yeah,
They've got it.
they've got to, because they'll develop by enjoying it, because
Yeah.
they want to play and they want to play with their mate. It's just a massive. What is it? What's the word for it? It's a massive learning curve in football for especially young talented players. They'll just rise from here and they'll go here.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
is good.
and that's it. And not only that, you know, you got kids that they start becoming leaders as well. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
you,
massive.
you, know, you get 3 or 4 lads who actually start wanting to get better, and it's not just about the social aspect, but actually they want to learn and get better and develop, and that's all you want.
It's like
as
you
a
don't
coach,
like
really.
name a captain till they're 15, 16-year-old.
No.
Everyone's a captain each week, and you just give them that little bit of responsibility. I did it with someone who was quiet as a mouse. Captain, now, right, who's not here? You need to everyone push it up, and you're like, you not heard it speak, thought
Yeah.
start
You just see the rise of confidence in
Yeah,
it. Just having
it's
that bit of
basic
responsibility.
confidence.
It's massive.
Yeah,
It was massive in
100%.
football, especially kids level football, massively. You've
Yeah.
got lower grassroots level for younger age. It just shows what it's about in it. That's where you see the enjoyment of it and see what you've done has developed something you've achieved
Yeah.
from there to
Massively,
there.
massively, and that makes you fall in love with football.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it? You know, 'cause
Best feeling in the world.
I mean, we've all been a player, and always, you know what happens, and you end up quitting, or you end up, you know, you fall out of love, or your injuries or whatever, you can't play anymore. For me, I had to stay in somewhere if I could.
Yeah.
And doing that, it was brilliant. I absolutely loved every minute of it, to be fair. And to be honest, I'd have stayed with them. Well, I stayed with them till under 15s, or just the start of them under 16s. But by then, Lord Lions had packed in, so we took them to Braemar United then.
Yeah.
The under 15s lads. So we then sort of merged with
That Barlow
team.
Park.
No, it was up Moss Park. It is up.
Further up,
Yeah,
the road.
yeah, up
Is
the
that
road.
on the school or that?
Near the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's on the ground.
They're
Yeah.
on the ground next to the clubhouse.
Yeah.
I should
On
have
the-
done.
yeah, well, there is all
Good
fans.
setup there. Good
I
setup
played
there,
up
yeah.
there.
Alright,
It's quality up there.
They're all right.
Yeah,
good
I
club.
played there for years, and that was the reason why we sort of got in there, really, because I knew a couple of lads there. So we got in there. But that was sort of my last season there, and by then lads are starting to get jobs. You know, they're starting going on the beer and all that at 16. So you can see that bit of commitment starting to wane a little bit. And I said to Zoe, I said to my missus, I said, yeah, it's probably time I'm probably going to step away at some point, which is when, by pure luck, Wanderers were looking for a coaches on. I just saw it on Twitter, and I applied for that, and thankfully, touch wood, I got in, and I mean that's changed my life again.
Quality.
It's
It's massive.
Yeah.
From there, it's that massive big
Yeah.
step up in it from
Yeah.
grassroots to
Well, I mean, to be
professional
fair,
club as well.
It is. I mean, but to be fair, the Wanderers with me are still classed as grassroots.
Oh yeah, okay,
football,
yeah,
you
fair
know.
enough. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
always, he was always down at Ribs as well.
Well, yeah. To be fair, that was. I'll come back to this later actually about Rhys, because I won an award. I won Lancashire Coach of the Year.
I saw. I'm going to ask you about that.
Yeah. I'll talk about that a little later. but-
Went to solid Twitter. Went to Wanderers. Who did?
Yeah, so I see this advert on Twitter looking for coaches for the girls team. They only had two girls teams at that point, under 10s and under 12s. So I'm coaching 16-year-old lads who are just starting to go on the rats.
Yeah.
Well, I've never, to be fair, even at that stage, and that's five years ago now, I hadn't seen girls football at grassroots. I had no idea at what level they were going to be at. And what I mean, to be fair, I've never done an under 10s training session before in my life.
Yeah.
So I've gone from all this, you know, trying to tick-a-tack-a-tie football, trying to get lads to play that, to going back to under 10s girls football, where I have no idea really what I'm walking into. So I got, bless her, Poppy Haslam, who was, you know, Poppy, don't you? Yeah. So Poppy was running Bolton Girls then. She said, well, you come in, just do a training session and you know, see what it's like. And it was more for them to see me more than anything else, really. I thought, I didn't know what to do, what to set up. I'd set up just a dead basic pass, follow your pass around the square and then have a shot off, but then make it a little bit more difficult where actually they'd struggle but we'll get it by the end. And I wanted to have them to have a good, proper training coaching
coming
session.
out with something, ain't you, really?
Yeah. And you can see them developing, you can see
It's
them
all
learning
right,
in that, and thankfully it worked. It worked perfectly. They struggled at first, then they started to understand it a bit better, and they got it by the end. They were popping it round really, really well. So I was dead chuffed with myself, and then Poppy, bless her, she said, we'd love you to come on board, and I started with the under-12s with her team.
Did you?
So there's a couple of girls that's still at Bolton now from then. So Annabelle White, who's first team goalkeeper.
Yeah, but she's a goalie.
Yeah,
I see her name a lot though, to be fair.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Especially on Twitter.
I remember.
So Annabelle's class. She's done really well. She was at Blackburn last season before Blackburn sort of collapsed their women's team. But with Jules signed her for the season. But now she's full time not full time, but she's with Bolton all the time now. And Eleanor Seals. Eleanor, you might not know that name. But Eleanor was with us from under 10s through to under 13s, and then got in at Man City. So she'd gone to City for a couple of years.
That's massive, that.
And our mate, she was
So
absolutely
what's
there.
when you had? It might not be straight away. When I was at AFC, year below, 2 years below Team Higher, we had Brooke Maitland, and then she went from her getting into. She went training officer. She might have been like, I'm sure she came to a year up, didn't she?
She did. So she's class.
She's a good player, yeah.
I mean,
I remember during
so small.
COVID, she blew up and she did all these videos. I'm like, I've just seen this video.
Yeah.
And Amy said, isn't that such a person?
Yeah.
But she was.
Oh, Brooke's brilliant. No, she's a couple of years younger than Eleanor and Annabelle. But she was at Bolton, played for the under 10s then. So she'd been there. She was there for a season or two. I didn't really coach Brooke very often. I saw her about and stuff, and we'll always try and coach on the same pitches if we can, so we can sort of see the pathway through a little bit. But I'm sure she's still at City.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, she's
still
just
at
got a
City.
deal at City now.
That's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
good
got
on
a
her.
deal. A friend of a friend, he's like.
Yeah.
Some going down it.
I mean, and for a side,
City as
because
well.
she's a small kid, and sometimes that goes against you when you
Physical
yeah,
skills and
but
stuff.
she's so good.
I got the
Very, very
pleasure of watching her before us. Sometimes while I was setting up, and she'd put a free kick down, and obviously she's very big.
Yeah,
You
she's
saw
tiny,
people
isn't
she played against, and could she bend that ball? Could she?
Oh, she's
Could she
brilliant.
take a free kick?
Oh, what is she now?
I think she's
15.
Is she?
15, yeah,
She's
she's
15,
15,
I think.
yeah,
It's
but
good.
she's
Some going in
class.
it, signing for City now.
Yeah, she's really good.
Big
She's
potential.
Really good.
England and Tasha, I reckon.
Listen, the world's her oyster. If she keeps training as hard as she has been doing, then there's nothing to stop her. She's done great. But but going back to Eleanor's now back at Bolton, so she got released from Man City, or she left Man City last season and came back into our under 18s, I think it might have been.
Wow.
So it might be the season before, and now she's with first team, and she's doing great. So she's got another contract this year in Tier 5 now, women's football.
Wow.
So she's done great. And we see that quite a lot actually, the girls that go from Bolton, go to professional clubs, if they do get released, they tend to come back, because that's where they were, coached in the first place, so it's great for us.
That relationship into it as well.
Yeah, and we do, with us as well, we play a lot of the pro clubs as well, quite a bit. So with Cities, United, Everton, Liverpool, Blackburn, we play them at least once or twice a season anyway, which is great. What we wanted at Bolton when it first set up really is we wanted to be that link between grassroots and the pro clubs, because at girls football back then, when we first started it, there's a big gulf between good players and not so good players, because the girls are just coming through. Whereas that gulf is smaller and smaller every year. The amount of coaching that kids get nowadays compared to when we were playing, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's unreal.
They can play every day if they want.
Yeah.
They can be coached every single day if they want, which is great. And every single year group is getting better than the year before them. You can see it.
Yeah.
So good to see.
You can see it coming through.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we wanted. We wanted girls to come in, develop, and then go out to pro clubs. And that, for me as a coach, that's all I want is I want them to. I don't want them to play for me. I want them to go on and.
So it's about development, isn't it? So you want them to develop and play the ice.
You've been there since under 10. You're sat there watching England or something. You see one of your girls on TV.
Oh man,
do you know what I mean?
So good.
That's like
so
you,
proud moment
see,
in
you
football,
see it one day where you've gone, like, do you know what? They were with me at one point.
Yeah.
I've done them a little bit. They've gone to City, they've gone to Brighton, or they've gone to whatever Burnley. Right, they've took this, they've took that. Come back to us, right? She played for me how many years?
Exactly.
Well, I think that's your job done,
Yeah,
isn't it? Like
100%.
like,
That's being honoured, knowing
yes.
that and saying stuff like that. It's like, I've done my job well and I'm proud of myself, because that's where you can aim if you work hard.
Yeah,
England
100%.
international, yeah.
And I think now what Bolton are trying to do, instead of we started off trying to be that in between club.
Yeah.
If you're sort of too good for your own grassroots club, come and develop with us, and hopefully, if you get in at another a pro club, great, and go and get higher higher standard of coaching, a better team around you, then brilliant. But if not, they'll be good enough then to get into our first team.
Absolutely.
That's what we wanted. Now it's slightly different because the first team's now been brought into the club operations rather than being just under the community trust.
Yeah.
Now actually the first team want to get in that WSL or WSL2 in them top 2 tiers. So if they can, then actually players don't need to leave us to go to Man United and Everton. They
play
can
that level anyway, can't they?
Yeah, we could be
guidance in it.
Through that, and that's what exactly, and that's what we want to do. So for me, 100% right. If we've got girls leaving to go to get better teams,
yeah, of course.
That's what I want.
Of course you do.
That's what I want.
I want to develop, don't you?
Yeah. Well, some are a bit. I come across some like mates. Oh, he's coming down poaching. He's this. It's not. No one's come down having it. But no one's come down and like had a mask on and gone right.
No.
She's coming play with me. What it is she's been noticed. She's gone in a trial for them or gone down and gone. Do you know what? Speak to manager. Can she come down? Have it. Can she? Yeah, of course. Like she needs to develop. Someone else is higher up. She might learn more things. She's 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Let her go and spread her wings. Let her go and do that football. It's if that's what she wants to do. Because you say no, then she's gonna not like you or not like football, and you're
stopping that opportunity.
You're going to stop that.
You don't want to stop anyone's opportunity to aim high or be higher.
Exactly.
It's football. You want everyone to develop.
Of course.
You really?
And I get that, and I get from the coach's perspective.
Yeah.
It's almost bittersweet that you put that effort into somebody to then see them, go somewhere else and do the business there after that's been you put that effort in. But ultimately, that's what we are. We're coaches. We're not here to.
That's what you learn
We're not going to win the Premier League at grassroots level. We're not going to do that.
You'd be gutted on one side, but you'd be buzzing as well because you're like, you're
100%.
taking a massive player out of our team.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a downfall, but she's developing. So you get over it and think, you know what, we've done our job here. Now she's playing higher.
100%. That's it.
That's our aim.
We've done our job. I mean, last season we added the under-14s last season. We had 17 players. 7 of them got in pro clubs this year. So it's almost half the team. So when you look at that, you're thinking, geez, you have to bring in another new set.
7, 8 players, don't you?
Yeah, that's a new team.
To rebuild yourself.
Exactly.
But then it's just like a cycle anyway, because it's like that all the time.
Thing is,
that's football.
That door shuts. Them 7 players who've gone. Who's out there coming into there? Who you can then put your input in for another season? That 10 who's there, there might be someone in there who steps up and goes, do you know what? I want to go and excel, and it just shows that them girls are seeing it, seeing them flourish.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a player who couldn't kick a ball, and I'm like, what do I do here? And I've spent 2 seasons. 3rd season, she goes an half volley, leading goal scoring. You're just like, it just happens. You don't know when it's going
You
to
just
happen.
develop it.
At a girl's age, I've noticed the lads, coach lads, they'd go and do whatever. With a girl, that power, I can't shoot, my penalties are this, and they get themselves down, one thing happens, and they put themselves down for like 6 games.
Yeah, confidence.
It just clicks, doesn't it? And then that confidence boost.
When it happens, it's like, I can shoot, and it's like, it's the confidence between the boys and the girls level, because like you've done both yourself, is mad.
Yeah, no, it is, and I think that the biggest difference between coaching lads and coaching girls is when lads get something right in training, that's it. They think they've made it. They think that's actually I don't need to practice that anymore. Whereas girls, they are meticulous. They will practice,
Yeah.
repetition until they get it perfect.
Yeah.
And they won't always get it perfect, but the amount of effort they're putting in training outweighs what it's so much easier to coach girls than it is coaching lads from that perspective. Miles easier, to be fair. So that's good for me, to be fair.
Do you have like with lads football, they'll have big egos and think, oh my god, I've just done that. With the women, they'll be like, we've done that now, I just want to develop and progress and do what I'm doing now, and you won't show themselves off, they'll just keep trying doing it and just getting better themselves, isn't it? Is that right? Isn't it really with football?
Spot on.
It's good to see stuff like that.
It is, and sometimes, you know, as a coach, you think, have I overshot this a little bit? Have I done it for too long? Is it becoming a bit?
I always think that.
You do as a coach anyway, don't you?
You do. You know, you look at
Overthink it a little bit.
You look at your sessions, and you're planning your sessions, and you know, is 15 minutes too long doing that little bit of technical drill or whatever? It's not. It's absolutely not. And actually, if it's a good drill, it'll just carry on.
You keep it flowing.
I used to hate, like, you go on these like courses and stuff, like doing like just doing FC, and they're like, oh, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. I never look down and go, right, done that for 10 minutes now, let's change. If it's flowing, they're enjoying it. You can do it. I've done a full session on one drill, but I did stuff in, and then I've gone like, well, I'll do that next week. But then I've come away and gone, do you know what? That was crap. And I've messaged with like one of the parents who've gone, she's absolutely what, like, I thought I just messed up here, like, they're not going to come back next week, boots are not going in and everything, but what you see and what they see, it's a massive learning, it's a massive learning curve.
You learn every day as a coach. You don't stop learning, it's football, you just learn everything. You could do it for 56 years, you're still learning on the job.
Yeah.
You don't stop.
No, 100%.
Every training session is different. You could do it 10-10 last week, but then you'll do it like 5 out of 10. But you're learning off them trial and errors what you've done.
Yeah.
With every player is different, so every ability is different at that level. And
yeah, definitely.
you're learning. It's good.
It is good. But you nailed it on the end there. You've got to be adaptable.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You've got to be, because if you've got to an end of the session and you haven't done the things that you've planned for, so what? Doesn't matter.
Have they enjoyed it?
If they're enjoying it and it's flowing, you don't want to stop that, because everyone's enjoying it. If it's going a bit, like you said, a bit tender, and you're like, alright, no, add something into it to adapt it, like make it a bit more fun or a bit more enjoyable, then you do. But if it keeps flowing and it's looking good, why would you stop that fun and take that out of there?
On the opposite side of that, if it hasn't worked, or if somebody's struggling with it, stick with it. Stick with it. Actually, you don't have to just do it. Alright, that's not working, let's move on to something else. Let's, carry on. You've planned this because actually, you know it's good for their understanding.
You know what you want to go to, but they're not quite getting it, so stop it or whatever.
Yeah, you can make it a bit more simple. Adapt that particular.
Who's not getting the session? Can you work with them? Have you got your coach? You can just nip in and say, right, just come here 1 second.
Yeah, the floater in there, just make it a bit more enjoyable.
So you pull them to one side and say, right, this is what, can you do this?
Do you know what? Things like that's really important, and to be honest, I try and get the girls to do that.
Yeah.
That leadership side of it.
Yeah. Listen, if there's people around you who doesn't quite understand the drill, tell them.
That's maturity in football, isn't it?
That's on you to tell them, to make sure that session doesn't slow down, doesn't kill the session because one person doesn't quite understand it. Go and tell them. And that, you know what? That's another good part of coaching for me, and it's about getting them to really understand what leadership is.
Character building, isn't it?
It's when you see like one of the players who are like you, because you've worked with them for years and they know what you're doing, so they'll just step in and you can just go, you know what, I've done it where I've stopped and gone, they've done it for me, and I'm just like, after it's session, do you know what, nice one for that, and they're like, for what? I'm like, it's fine, she didn't get what I'm like, I'm just thanking you for it, but some girls can't take praise.
It's natural, isn't it? It's natural. So your leaders in there, then you see big leaders in there, your big characters in your team, and then people will drive off that, and they'll say the gaffer's doing this, but I'm actually doing that, and it just all clicks together, and it's like a little jigsaw. You're picking them out, picking in and out, and you're kind of trying to build that jigsaw all the time, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
And you'll see them little ones who are kind of just dropping down a little bit, but then your bigger characters are kind of pushing it there, and then the next thing you know, they're like you said before, they're up there, and you're like, wow, after 6 months, you develop from there to there, and so that's what it's about.
So when you come in with Poppy's team, what was that, under 10?
So they had under 10s and under 12s. I was with the under 12s with Poppy and Ali at the time, so I stayed with them for that season. Then we was adding in another team or another 2 teams then, but the under 10s got split into two, so we had under 10s, under 11s, under 12s.
What were they then? Five-a-side, or were they?
Under 10s I think would have been 6 sides,
Six
more like
aside.
that, something like that. Yeah, I think were it 7 aside for under 12s, or yeah, it might be 7 aside for under 12s. Yeah, it was 7 aside. And then moved to 9 aside when it went to 13. I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Jesse were playing last year.
I always
at that
get
age.
mixed up, mate, because you talk about it, and I'm like, I remember when, but you didn't play 11 aside back then. You're like, oh yeah, of course.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's it. But do you know what? I loved it. It's random things like when you're moving from, because it is still grassroots football,
Yeah.
but because it's Bolton Wanderers, and you get to play other teams like your Fleetwood Towns, your Blackpools, your Rochdales, Altrincham, Aki Stanley, all these teams,
don't they?
because they're all part of the same, under their own community trusts and stuff. They're trying to do the same thing as what we're doing, trying to be that link.
That
from
professional
grassroots.
club, innit? So you want to be
Yeah.
you want to be professional. It's like when I said before, like you go into that professional club and you're that grassroots.
Yeah.
So like you go into that professional level where there's a professional club involved, and then you're just trying to just be up there with everyone. So you try out the professional as you can, and they're the standard of
100%.
that EFL, for example.
Yeah.
You want to be like what they're like, but you want to just set the standards from the top to the
Yeah.
bottom, don't it? Men's and women's football.
Yeah, that's it, and and it's great because you're wearing the badge, you've got the the full kit and stuff like that, and
There's nothing better than that, especially if you
Brilliant,
support the club
isn't
as well.
Oh,
yeah.
It's an honour.
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Anything we look at is an honour.
Wearing
Yeah.
on your chest, and you've got all them lot playing for that as well.
yeah,
You're doing it for the
100%.
pride of your love of football for yourself and obviously the girls and the club, and you're thinking, it's where you want to be.
Yeah,
The club you
100%,
love.
and I'm a Bolton fan as well, so
Yeah.
so for me, it's that's it. I've reached where I'm gonna go. I don't think I'll coach outside of Bolton. When I'm done, I'm done.
You don't, yeah.
And I think that I'll be happy. But to be honest, because it's my club, I just want to make sure I'm making a difference.
Absolutely.
That's the key thing. If I get to
the key thing.
if I get to the stage where I'm thinking that they're not learning off me anymore, then it's time to move on, because that's good for the club. The club should be getting better people than me. That's that's what it's all about. I want them to push on, and I'm sure that will happen at some point. But for now, while I'm still able to help these girls, then I'll crack on.
Talking about that with success last season, let's see if have seen what had happened with the trophies and the league and everything else. Cracking season. I think it's one of the best seasons I've seen you out with your team.
Oh, unbelievable. I'll start with my team. I ran the reserves last year. I started off with the under 16s.
You did.
Playing you guys, and then first team obviously got brought into the into the club fold rather than the community trust. So I got asked to do the reserves the year before, and I turned it down. Because I always think with the reserves, you never know who you're going to get week in, week out, and that's very, very true, and it was last year. Because obviously, if there's players that's injured from the first team, then they should step up.
Correct.
And vice versa, if they're not quite getting that first team level, there's a game for them there. But it's so difficult, reserves. And so last year I turned it down, and this year they asked me again. I said, and actually at the time it sort of suited me a little bit better because I could take a day away. So with the under 16s was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. This was just Tuesday, Sundays.
Yeah.
So I felt great. Wow. I might actually get a bit of my life back as well.
So cut you now, come they run it like that then? Because like you think with the reserves, or is it because they was working and there was
No. So what it was is the first team and reserves trained together.
Oh,
So they still trained 4 days a week.
Was that down at the Bolton training ground now?
Yeah.
I used to see them sometimes training when I was down there myself, so I used to always see them.
And that's it. So they trained 4 days a week, or 4 or 5 days a week. So the reserves. So basically, we trained on the Tuesday. They would know or have a rough idea of who was going to be in the first team and who wasn't. So the girls that weren't going to be in the first team for that week generally then came in and trained with the reserves. And the reserves were made up of those girls that weren't going to be in the first team and under 18s. But our under 18s were all under 16 then.
Yeah, they were.
So actually.
So we do it to further.
Yeah.
We did that at Oryx.
That's how you do it.
And that's it. But at that stage, if they haven't turned 16, they can't play open age football. So early on in the season, we were struggling for numbers. Some weeks, a couple of games we played with 10 men.
Message me went, is Amy 16? Yeah.
I did.
No, I went
Gutted.
off the court. I went, you can play that, yeah, but she gets injured.
No, couldn't do it.
Amy was like that.
I
Amy
know.
was like
She's
that.
a
Call me
dream to
someone
watch.
else.
That's it. You just can't do it, can you? You know, I'd
She'll still cut it in though, wouldn't she? She really good.
Amy's sound, absolute sound player. But
Really
yeah,
good.
bless her, she wasn't 16, so
No.
if she was, I could have signed her on.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, and she'd have played for me.
You
bless
probably
her.
many goals everywhere though, wouldn't you as well?
Well, so even at that level, you've got teams like Workington and Whitehaven away.
Where were you going that time? We sure it was somewhere near Lakes. As I
Yeah,
like, I
Whitehaven,
looked.
Whitehaven.
you
Oh,
got
I
it
think
barrels.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It was 2.5 hours, and it's an all day of a job because it's 2 o'clock kick-off up there. So it's 2.5 hours to get there. You're setting off at 9:30, not getting back till like 8 o'clock sometimes. It's
At a piece.
crazy. But yeah, there was a couple of games that we ended up playing with 10 men, or 10 women in this case. But we still managed to win, so that was
Midnight,
great.
Shows where you're at.
It's
That.
midnight.
Yeah, it was
Shows the quality of
brilliant.
squad.
But the pressure was really on for reserves last season because first team were doing so well. They went the whole season unbeaten, got
I've seen
promoted. So that was tier 6. We was tier 7. So they've been promoted to tier 5. If we hadn't got promoted from tier 7, there's no real reason why the first team would drop in. You know, for players that aren't playing the first team, going down to tier 7 from tier 5, it's a big drop. That.
Massive.
You know, so it was pressure for us really for me and my assistant to get us promoted in that, and doing it all with 16-year-olds mainly.
Yeah.
But the football we played was so good, and at that level, the level's not fantastic, but you're up against proper women. You're not.
Charlie women and that.
Yeah, they finished third, and they also got
They're
promoted.
good them.
So we beat them 5-1 on last day
Did you?
for win the league.
Did you?
Yeah, we beat them 4-3 at home. We beat them 5-1 away for win the league. But Charlie finished third, but they also got promoted because Accrington Stanley reserves, who finished second, because only one team can go up. If our first team hadn't have gone up, we couldn't go up.
Yeah.
So because they
Yeah,
got
I
up,
remember that. But some of my players used to play for me. Obviously, they signed for them, and I was speaking to one of dads, and they were like, "Oh, it's worked out because of them. They didn't get promoted."
Same
That's
with men's
right.
football as well.
Yeah,
It's
so-
happened with us at Adelaide.
so
Yeah, that's
Aki had a
what-
great season. They'd only lost 2 games and drew 1, and didn't get promoted.
Is that because their team did
Yeah,
go up?
yeah,
Yeah, is that
right.
how it was in that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's a
they
shame that.
finished second to us. We won it, but we wouldn't have gone up if Aki had won their league. Accrington Stanley, who finished second to us, their reserve
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have gone up. So thankfully our first team went up, we won ours, so we went up as well. But then Charlie, who finished third, 10-15 points behind Accrington Stanley reserves, have gone up as well.
It's a shame, innit?
Which is it's harsh. That
It is
isn't it?
harsh.
It's a shame.
I've been
that.
on the back end of that where I've been at RMI, where we've had a great season. We should have gone up, and the first team, did not. So then we done all that, put it in, and you're like, well, you're not going up. You can't have 2 teams in the league.
No, that's
I
right.
think
It is right.
it's pluses and cons with it. I think do it because I don't think your teams are not going to be able to share as many, because let's see what happens on the day. But with the rule, I think it should, but then it's not going to be fair if you have 12 teams in the league but you've got 6 at the same team. Do you know what I mean?
You can't have your first team in reserves playing against
No,
each
you
other in the
can't.
same league.
No, you can't. That's the problem, innit?
Because of
Well, because
Yeah.
teams can cheat.
League rules.
They
Yeah,
can-
that
they
literally,
can
yeah.
They can literally.
Yeah.
If you've got a first team that needs
You
to
play
win by 7 goals,
bottom of the league.
and you're playing your reserves for last game,
Yeah.
it's going
To win the
happen,
league,
isn't it?
yeah, I'll stay up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
It
So-
is a bit tough going.
I'll tell you what was hardest all last season, because if you've got first teamers that have played 5 games for the first team, you can only have 2 of them that can drop into
To drop in,
reserves.
yeah.
Oh, is that what the rule is? Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I think they
Ah.
should swap me. So say like you were going up, but like obviously the first team were in there. I just think, right, well, if you're going up, that
You get
rule
one coming back.
won't come down, because
Yeah.
then you've earned, haven't you? You've just won your season. They've finished mid-table.
Yeah.
I think that should be
Yeah.
some kind of.
Well, they've changed the rules slightly now. So it was 5 games at first team off, from tier 6 and above. Two players can drop down to the tier below.
Okay.
But if you've not played for the first team, or not played at that level for 3 weeks, 3 consecutive weeks, so week 4, you can just play reserves, and you don't count as one of the 2 girls which comes down, even if you've played more than 5, because they haven't played for first team for 3 weeks, so they're not classed as a first teamer,
Yeah.
if you like.
Did you ever have like what was it like in your reserves? So did you have like an overage player? I mean, could you have a couple in your squad for that?
No, well, you had to be 16 anyway.
Oh, right, okay.
So to start, so all our squad, most of them were 16.
So you didn't pass that then? Alright, mate. That's
Yeah,
I'm thinking then if you can have like an overage player in.
Oh no, yeah, it was up
Yeah,
anyway.
that's alright.
Yeah. So it
They
was
don't really, I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. You're on about, say, like...
a bit younger and then you
yeah.
get the overage player in.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
About.
I see
I
what
didn't
you
know if the
mean,
women's league ran like that.
No.
No.
So that's why we're asking. Yeah. For,
no, it's not. It's just any girl above the age of 16 or 16 and above can play open age.
Fair enough.
So you won league.
So we won the league. So we beat Charlie 5-1 last 8 season to win it. Yeah, and then after the league finishes, we end up in like the League Cup, if you like. Now the League Cup was made from Tier 7 and Tier 8. So although we've just won Tier 7, so you think we're probably favourites at League Cup as well. But obviously you've got likes of Wigan Athletics, new team that's in there, and they had to start in Tier 8. So it's not that they were...
They did all right, didn't they?
They had to start there, which was unfortunate for them. But they absolutely smashed their league as well. And to be fair, they're a good side, and they'll go and win their Tier 7 next season, I've no doubt.
So who's in your tier now then? You're in Tier 6 now?
We're in Tier 6, so we've got... So Charlie's come up with us, then we've got Penrith, Preston North End, Accrington Stanley First Team, Workington, I think Morecambe's gone down actually. Can't remember if they're...
So you've got some tough travel in there and some tough games, haven't you?
What they've done, it was called Women's Division 1, if you like, and it was Division 1 North and South, so you had like the other Wigan team and St Helens and all them, they were all in the South team. Macclesfield, they're all in the South, and then we were in the North. Now they split it into 3, so it's North, Central and South. So there was a chance that we was probably going to be in Central, like Everton LR, they're in Central, even though they're down road and we're in North. So it's just the way it's been split, really. So it's just one of those things, like Salford, they're in Central, they're in North, it's 10 minutes down the road. So
it's a bit like how when we in Landsworth, you've got all the close ones, then you have like Esker for your Southport, and you're like, how are you? And it's just about class.
It's like they've done it like the Carabao Cup when you get drawn.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when you were saying it. So I was thinking instead when you were doing it.
Yeah.
But I thought, let me make sure I'm right with this because I didn't know where you were going with it. So I didn't say anything. Maybe I was thinking when you were saying it.
It's North, Central and South, it's exactly right. So that's this upcoming season. A lot of the girls from our squad's made up mainly of the girls that were the under-18s last year. Now, thankfully, they're all 16, so there's no way this season we'll ever play a short like we did last season because they weren't old enough. Mainly the under-18s. I think there's 3 or 4 girls that we've brought in from other clubs. A girl come in from who's been released from Man United, who wanted to come in. Ebony, she's called class centre half, really good centre half. There's a girl called Lexi Kavanagh who used to play for me under 15s, then went to play for Wigan, and now she's re-signed this season.
16.
So she's 18 now.
Oh right.
Yeah, so she's in reserves with us. Classy player.
Yeah.
Rapid as well for centre half. She a little bit like Brooke. She's dead small, but she's rapid. So she does really well for us. And then we've got a couple of girls that the first team decided that they didn't want to keep them on at first team level just yet. And that might be because they weren't getting much game time with them last season, or they just need another year of development, and we'll keep an eye on them to try and push them on again. So we've got about 4 or 5 of them. Same with the new girls that have come in, and then the rest are made up of the under-18s. But so far, pre-season been bang on. We played 2 games in pre-season so far. Beat Macclesfield 4-1 away. They were like
at the college.
No, it was actually at the stadium.
But the stadium.
It's good though.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, we've been to the stadium and also played them at the college as well, and very good setup.
Yeah, and well, it was mostly the international college program.
Yeah.
The girls, there were a lot of Americans that come over. It was going to be over there.
You had that
really
with the men's as well. The men,
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
the reserves in the men's who play in the Manchester League. We played them over here the season, and it's a lot of like their international lads who play on the college thing on a
That's right.
Tuesday, Thursday. Some of them. So every time you played, it was a different team every week they played.
Yeah.
Just because of the international players.
Yeah.
That's what they do then. It's a good setup though.
It is a
Brilliant
cracking
setup.
setup. So we played them last week, and then we played Runcorn Linettes on Sunday, and we won 5-0, and we were superb.
Yeah.
And they're at tier 6, so they're in the Central League, or in the Central or
So you
Central.
play teams around your...
So we're playing, trying to, you want to build confidence, but we want to make sure that it's tougher games that come
Yeah,
up week in,
play
week
team
out.
around your level and still doing pretty
Yeah,
well.
we've got filed this weekend, which will
Is that at home or away?
where, so that's filed reserves. So I think they're a new team actually, filed reserves. So filed that were in tier 4, the first team. They got relegated to Bolton's first team. Will be playing them this season. The reserves will be in presumably the same tier. No, I think they've got they play other higher tiers like Leeds United, Halifax, all their reserves leagues, like a reserve league specifically for them. So they're in that. So that'll be a tough game this weekend.
Is that down on the ground that as well?
I don't think it's at Files Ground. It's over there somewhere. Actually, it might be in Preston actually this weekend. But yeah, it's away from home. But yeah, it should be another tough game for us, which is what we want. That's exactly what we want. We want easy games in pre-season. Trying to get them as fit as
You want to
possible.
play the best teams you possibly can't you? Just to see where you're at.
Yeah,
what players you need and what you need to bring in, for example.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and it's just making sure we're getting the girls the right amount of minutes that they need.
Absolutely.
We're absolutely, it's tough pre-season, as we all know.
Yeah.
But we don't make it easy for them. We don't make it easy for them at all. And but they're a good set, and they're used to it. Certainly, the girls that's coming through the under-18s have been with us for 3 or 4 years. Every pre-season they
know what to expect, don't they?
Exactly. They're getting beasted, so it works really well. So they know what to expect, and that's good.
They train hard though, like it's changing now. Like the teams, like some of mine, they used to say, right, well, we're not doing running, blah blah blah. We're going to go to the gym. I know, like yours, do a gym session. They'll do 2 training sessions or friendly during the week, game at the weekend. The game's changing, I think, as well with like the women's, where you're not just turn up on a Tuesday for an hour.
No.
And then that's it till your Sunday game or Sunday game. Right, we'll see you next week. Where now it's 3 or 4 times a week each team, even from like the younger ages, which is a lot better. Yeah.
Oh God, the coaching that these kids get nowadays is second to none. Like in comparison, it's really good, and they can, like I said to you before, they can play every week, every day if they wanted. It's unbelievable the amount of coaching and opportunities that these kids are getting. No, fair dues to them, but the kids that we've got, they're good kids as well, and they want to be there. They want to play for the club. They want to progress. They want to get better all the time, and it's great. And you know what? Give me people like that every day of the week, rather than someone who's maybe better technically at football but doesn't want to put the hard yards in. That's not what it's about.
It's good because obviously, because there's the reserve, you play for the reserves, you want to play first team.
Yeah,
so you want to keep progressing and doing well because you want to be where they are.
100%.
And obviously that's where they're trying to push it there, so they can see the first team doing well. Well, I need to work hard and I need to do well. So just be involved in that environment with them.
That's it. I mean, to be fair, we want to create a real good experience for them in reserves, because going back to what I was saying before, it's got to bring enjoyment. But in the reserves, we don't want them in the reserves. We want them to play first team football. We want them to push on. So they've got to enjoy that.
Absolutely.
They've got to be good at it, but they've got to put it in and all
They want to want it, don't they?
But they've got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you're not enjoying football as you get into open age football, you're doing it wrong, aren't you?
Tough question for you. Anything you'll do this season? Looking at.
I think, if I'm being honest, I think we'll be top 4. If I'm being absolutely honest, I don't know if we're going to win it. It'd be great. Obviously, that's what we're aiming to do. We want to win it. But I'm being realistic because of the age of the girls. There's a lot of 16-year-olds, 17-year-old kids
stepping into that.
Yeah, we've got. I think our oldest player is 23. I think 22, 23, and then the next oldest is 18, 19. Wow. So it's a very youthful team, and they'll learn loads this season. Because especially the girls coming through the under-18s, they won the treble last year, so they've won everything there is to know. The confidence is high. They've not had a good kick in that yet. You know what I mean? We're going to go to some places that we know will play football better than they do. Well, and I said to the girls, don't be complacent, because they'll give you a good hiding, literally sometimes.
2 hours away on a Sunday, pissing down rain, freezing cold.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You go into work in a way or something.
Yeah. Pitch
Top
with
at league
pitch
they
with
are.
lumps, pitch with lumps on it, and they're used to just that hit and run football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to play that back or whatever
Yeah.
formation. It's
18-yard boxes full of water. You know what I mean? Is that like that back in the day? Yeah, that's what I mean.
favourite formation.
Oh,
You called obviously you change a lot.
I do change a lot. I do love a good 3-5-2 if I'm honest with you.
Wing backs, aye.
Wing back that we work out wing back. They have to be super fit.
You have to
Play
as a wing back anyway.
Oh my god! 'Cause I'm one of those coaches where I'm a centre half, so I like defending, but I don't want my team to defend. I want us to go and attack, press.
Best form of attacking.
You know, 100%. Let's go and outscore teams. That's how I like to coach.
Teams hate that, don't they? For
Yeah,
that's it.
Hate playing against it.
You know, but it depends as well because now that we're getting to the stage of playing on full size pitches, it's not like, you know, some pitches are so wide.
I know.
It's hard to play a 3-back because you know there's so space everywhere.
Get caught anywhere there, massive gaps.
Yeah,
you're
exactly. So you've got to mix it up. But 3-5-2, I like playing 3-5-2. I think it gives us a little bit of an overload in midfield. Sometimes, obviously, if they match us or if they have a box midfield where they've got 4 in midfield, then that's another problem potentially. You know, and all that. And we're talking about box midfields, we're talking about grassroots football here, you know.
It's more technical now,
but you're trying to show that
it.
what you're doing though with that, you're showing that bit of philosophy, but then you're showing in girls this is football, this is how you play. You don't just kick and run.
No.
Playing with a bit of tactic.
You've got a formula in there.
You're using everything, you're building.
And going back to what I said before, training repetition is key. It's key.
Yeah.
You put them in a position where it's as close to a game as possible.
Yeah, you have to.
Whether that's playing out from the back or waves, attacking waves, whether we want to play, pressing, whatever it is. It's got to be.
Has to be game related.
Has to be.
Because you're not going to learn.
Simple game of crossing and finishing. It's got to be, if that's what you're working on, what's happened the week before, how you're going to work around that.
Yeah.
Do you like playing it from the back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does a lot of girls' teams play out from the back?
Loads of them, and they get caught out doing it.
Yeah.
But you know, and we've been caught out doing it, and that's fine because actually that's how you learn. Make a mistake, you know, for next time, you know, and that costs us goals. That costs us goals. You know, we're still going to do it, but on the same instant and the same understanding that you know you don't make the same mistake 3, 4, 5 times. If the right decision is to go long, then make that right decision.
You can hit your target, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking about wing backs, you've coached Carl's played as a girl who played. She's going into it now under 18s. I don't know if she'd moved up or not. I think is it Faye's daughter plays right wing back. Only a smallish girl, absolutely rapid. Best one I've seen. Is it Abdullah Faye's daughter?
Oh, Abdullah, no, it's Ricardo
Gainer's daughter, not Faye's. That's the one. I know one of them two.
Does she play? Yeah.
She's
plays
watching her, and at the grassroots level that they play at, Amy was left back, and she'd come off. I've never seen Amy red faced and sleep after a match.
Played like a dad, didn't he?
Amy was trying to kick her. She bounced off her. She was skillful, but she put an absolute. Honestly, all game she looked like someone had just switched the battery on and switched off afterwards. She was just only small player, but she was phenomenal. She won everything.
Good to see that.
She when you see someone on the pitch, I'm like, she will do quite well in.
Well, again, this is another example of what we're trying to do and actually go and get her to a higher level. And she came in last season through the trials as well.
Yeah, but I've not seen her. And then I saw her like how to manage that. I tried 3 different things.
She's great.
She just adapted straight away. Like you put 2 that side, she'd cut in, and you're like. Scratching your head like this, and she's quite got a bit of talent. Just spotting them plays where you're like, you're not even going to stop her.
No, she's very, very, very good. And actually, we play the right or left centre back normally.
Wow.
And she's
handful, yeah.
Oh, it's class. Really good. So she's now in 2 of our teams. So because she's 15, she'll play in our under 18s next season. But she'll also play for me in the under 16s. This season, so I'm over the moon that she's.
Oh, what is she?
15.
She's 15, yeah.
Or turning 15, yeah.
Yeah,
she's a good age now where she's going to develop even better.
She's really good plays in that team. Yeah,
and they've got a real good understanding then.
Yeah, they have.
Them girls, and you know that particular team, they won the League Cup and the County Cup, and they lost the league on a playoff game.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they were 1-0 up at 95th minute,
Saw that.
and they nicked a goal. Our keeper's
So
gone-
Stockport.
Stockport
yeah.
nicked a goal.
Yeah, they did.
And they were our keeper said it was offside and gone to the referee and got himself sent off, and a minute later with 2-1 down.
Yeah.
So at 96
Very
minutes,
tough
was from
team.
1-0 up.
Stockport, a bit like Bolton.
Yeah, we played them like 4 or 5 times. We played them in the final of the League Cup. We beat them,
Yeah.
beat them 2-1.
They got a good setup then.
Very good. Yeah,
Good
they-
side,
yeah,
good side.
they
Yeah.
have got a good setup.
Yeah, and like I said, we played them 4 times, won 2, lost 2. It goes to show where we're
Shows where you're at now, I'm going to say.
You know, and they were good. Yeah, I mean, unfortunate not to win the league and win the league on a playoff as well, because it's one of them. But at the end of the day, you know, that it was a good league, that, because there was us, obviously yourselves, us, Bury, who were only 2 points behind us and Stockport. And us and Stockport that were up there, so there was only five or 6 teams in the league.
Yeah, there was like 9-10 teams at the start, but because it were Prem, there was one that got put in there, wasn't it? They moved them down, then we played a team pre-season who won their league and said, oh, we're going to go up. They folded, and it was just like, it was about 9-10 teams.
Like being in Scottish Prem.
Yeah,
Playing
Yeah,
6 times.
yeah.
The Rangers Celtic 6 times a season.
No, but yeah, Charlo's a great kid, lovely kid, and obviously their dad, Bolton legend. That for me, that's more than anything. You know, when I speak to like Ricardo Gardner, it's like, Ricardo, I don't think you like even know me.
yeah.
Don't even know my name. Like, he's brilliant. You know, I'm in awe of the man.
Last time I worked there, last time we played the last game, and then Usain Bolt turned up.
Yeah, you saying was
So
there.
pictures with like the girls had pictures.
So you saying's Shiloh's godfather.
Right,
That's the
so
link. So
that's
him and
the
Ricardo are
link.
best mates and stuff.
Right, okay, I didn't know that.
And yeah, it's Shiloh's godfather. So he comes once or twice a season. But again, top lad. Lovely to meet the guy. Absolute legend. Like.
That's what it's good for the girls who, especially the ones who Bolton, like even growing up seeing that, they go into the games, they're meeting all the players, especially the ones who are Bolton fans as well.
Yeah.
So they're meeting like the knows who used to play, who's coming through, they're seeing all that. When they're moving up, they're getting into the teams.
Yeah, I think there's little things as well that they do at the club. Like, you know, our under 14s last year, they were mascots for the men's first team, taking them all out and go and see the stadium tours and all that. And it's brilliant.
It's great.
It's brilliant.
Great,
and as a Bolton fan, being in that environment,
class,
I'm in awe of the place all the time. You know, and I said to Carla, who run the reserves with now. You know, does it ever go away that? Because he's a Bolton fan. He's like, not yet. You know, because you're there all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, I love it. I absolutely love being around the place. And that's why I said here. Eventually, you know, my time comes to an end at Bolton, whenever that may be. I don't think I'll want to go and coach somewhere else. It's my club.
You're still there when you're 60.
Well, I hope so.
Have you seen this play deal coming through?
Yeah.
We're sat here 6 years, well, remember?
I probably will. I hope I am. I love the place. So it's for me, it's top quality. But I'm going back to Charlotte. She's brilliant.
You listen to that name, I bet you see she's one. I just look and I'm like, she's like for her age, she was just unreal. I had doubled up on that left hand side. She was like right centre back or where she was. She changed it in, and I'm like, well, it just honestly, she did not.
No.
Like,
Good ability, that,
you can just see it, you can spot it. Like you watch teams like and stuff and see players and you just spot them out straight away. And I'm like, she's gonna be a handful. Yeah, so like I said, some cracking players in that squad.
Yeah,
Like some great players. She's got somebody playing in the midfield just wins everything, but she just did.
Yeah.
Like everything that game, like no matter what I changed, right? So I brought someone off, but I'm like, so this all you not happening.
Yeah, and do you know what though? You do the right things by doing that.
Yeah.
You don't
Challenge it,
you get good players against you and stuff. You need to make a bit of a plan because
Yeah.
otherwise they're gonna
run the show,
game.
yeah.
You know.
You've got to try and
You've got to
play your
double up on. You've got to do game plan around that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rather than
exactly.
just going over there, let's stop
And that's
this.
it. Where you put your best player, who might be a centre forward, go and stand on her. Do you know what I mean? That might cost you a bit of attacking impetus or whatever. But
Yeah,
at least that.
we played our game like we did it, but then it was like that changes stuff.
You know, mate, it was always good games against Rochdale.
Yeah,
Always
great.
good games. Like, I think it was 4-1 or something like that, and
Yeah.
it was never a 4-1 game. Do you know what I mean?
He's
It
always
was
ringing you with the
competitive.
debriefs at the end. So I'm going football and he's on phone to me. I'm in a car.
Ringing at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, literally.
brilliant.
But it's good to hear stuff like that because obviously he was involved in women's football. And I don't really know much about the women's football, so he always used to tell me, and I used to learn a little bit.
Yeah.
But he used to mention some players, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you mentioned it last week. And do you know, and you just start fair play to, but it must be a massive job in women's football. I can imagine it's a bit of a challenge sometimes. Like.
Yeah, 100% it is. Yeah, it's. I mean, everywhere's a challenge whether it's lads or girls, but yeah, I suppose like anything, you know, it's a lot of the issues tends to be like the parents rather than the kids. That's the issue when it comes to grassroots football. I mean, personally, I don't care what they say. I mean,
It's the best way to be, anyway.
Yeah,
as
you
a
know,
coach, as a manager. Absolutely.
I really don't. I'm not bothered because I know what I'm here to do and what I'm trying to achieve, and ultimately, I'm a volunteer for the club. You know, I'm here developing the kids at the time. You know, so I don't really care too much whether they like it, what I'm doing, or because I've taken the kid off or whatever. I mean, to be fair, the ball we don't really get a lot of it.
Honestly, going back to that, and I'm not bothered about saying anything.
I've had it before in the past, man.
I would bother about saying anything, like say to the face or whatever. Like you'd get that. You just sat down. Obviously, you've been up from what time? Setting your pitch up. We used to have a pitch in Rochdale. Me and Kevin Amy used to be there 2 hours before putting it up, picking dog poo up, putting the lines on. There were no lines on pitch, so you like all that. Carrying goalposts for an hour, and then like you've already planned your warm up, what you're doing. You come off at night. Someone's probably had 20 minutes less than someone else, and then you just literally got home, beep 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 beep, and you're just like, we've just won 2-0, but it's like it's that I do get it because obviously sometimes you mix your plays where you're going to get more than you, but you play your game, and it's like. Going back to it, it is grassroots, so everyone should play, and it's about you're not gonna get it right. I've not got it right. No, so now I'm just like, but going back, this is why we do this podcast as well about the grassroots. Is like you probably coach 4 days a week. I did it twice or 3 times, Saturday or Sunday or whatever. You're not getting paid for it.
No.
You've put in all your hours into it. You've probably done. I've done a 12-hour day and then gone and done a 2-hour coaching session. Gone over at 9, 10 o'clock, not eaten, and it's like. That side of things where always other people have worked, they've sat in the car while their daughter's trained for an hour and a half or the big gym, picked them up, and it's that side of things.
People don't see that side, do they?
They don't see that
at
side.
Higher level in that, like professional level, they don't see that.
Until one of the parents helped out and did it, and then they were like,
you get it then, don't they?
Shattered.
Until you're at that level or you've done it, no one understands you, do they?
No.
And they think, oh, they're just mourning, and we have lives as well.
Yeah.
Other than football, if that makes sense. We have life
out
of football, but you adapt your life around that because you want to be in it and want to be involved. So that's your job. You've signed up for that. But then the parents will have a little more because the daughter's not played, for example. They've played 25 minutes. And
I once had it where I'd started the game. This was for under 15s, I think, a couple of years ago. And one of the parents had texted me 30 seconds into the game, why's my daughter not started?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, you real?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it.
No,
I put my phone away, and it's like, and I used to say to girls actually, don't think about it as starting the game and stuff, because actually you never win a game in the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
You are right.
You wait in the last 20 minutes because we're fitter than that.
Of course you do.
You could come on and win or something.
But you will make a difference then. So, but we never kids. None of the kids who had issues.
No, they didn't.
They're not bothered.
No, they didn't.
The parents.
Like, when you're enjoying it, they're not bothered, are they?
No, well, that's it.
I mean, you're in that little core and that you're doing well, and they're not really fussed.
Yeah,
and
the biggest part.
like you said, like if we're coaching 2 or 3 times a week, they're getting 6 hours worth of development there. 4.5 hours worth of development over 3 days.
Oh, the worst one is you've not seen them for 4 weeks, and then you get 15-20 minutes on a Saturday. You've not been in your training, and not worked on all them skills and them things, and then they've come on. You play them 20 minutes, but why have they only got 20 minutes? And what it is
got to change your team.
The girls see it as well. Like they look at them like to say, well, you've not.
You're not playing last
week.
week.
No, it's what it is.
I feel like saying to parents, well, well, bring your daughter like more regularly, or do you know what I mean?
Do you know what, I'm a big one for stats, mate. I do a lot
Yeah.
of stats, like
I like stats.
all the time, and it's easy.